Just having a look at Redstone. This is RDS, okay, um, and as the usual, okay, pretty similar sort of thing to what we're talking about in the other videos. There's the old Alamo, okay, and the stock is just trading back up to it now. It's a little bit messy in here, but I'll just show you the overall. Okay, this is the quadrants and the fibs, okay, from the high up here of $1.75, and this stock has come all the way back down to 5.5 cents roughly, so very oversold, okay. And as you can see, some people thought it was a bargain in there. We're trading at 49 cents at the moment. Just want to have a look at and just see what it can do, and this is a range that I've picked for the simple reason we're just going to be a little bit conservative. Okay, a nice easy conservative range. We'll see if it repeats, and it's repeated in here plus some. Okay, it's repeated again plus some. Okay, and it's repeated in here again plus a bit. Okay, and we look in here and it's repeated plus some. So if we put it in here from our breakout point, we'd be expecting up around 75 odd cents, 76 cents, okay, if it repeats that range again. And it's got, all the chance of basically doing that. This is the 61.8% fib. Remember when UNX went through that old Alamo, it went straight up to there, and that is at 70 cents. So that sort of is basically fib-wise. It's giving us some reasons why we think it can get back up there. Okay, these guys are expecting news next week too, so they've had some pretty big drilling campaigns on, so we'll see what they come up with. I'm just going to zoom in a little bit closer for you. This is the daily chart. What I've basically done is a fib set from the low, okay, back up to the high, okay. I haven't set them quite properly, but not to worry. And then what we've done is we've done fib projections from this low where it came back and filled that small gap. So now it doesn't have any gaps. It's free to go up. Okay, fib projection from there gives us back to our 100%. Okay. The other thing to notice in here as well, it's broken up here early from what looks to me is very much an ascending triangle, and the ascending triangle target should be up here at least 55 cents. Okay, so that would be getting us through this here and back up towards some blue sky is what I'd be tending to be thinking about this chart here at the moment. Okay, just going to zoom out a little bit more so you can see these are basically targets that we're looking at here, okay, which is up to the 80 odd cents. There's a 161, two 161s up here at 80 odd cents, so 100% at 64 or 63 and a half. Okay, and over here we've got 70 cents here on our 61.8% fib. Okay, but yeah, I'd be looking at these targets up around here, okay, for this stock. Okay, you could have a really nice big bullish push up through there. The other thing to realize with it too, it's very tightly held, so I'm just going to have a look at some indicators. And MACD's turned up for a buy. There's been a buy signaled here a few days ago, okay, on the DEMA. The DEMA still has plenty to run, okay, here on the stock. Okay, the Scott's still got plenty to go, and here's a volume increase. Okay, here's a good increase in volumes. So yeah, I'd be expecting there's been some big interest in this. There's also been a fair bit of accumulation in the stock as well, okay, over the last week or two. Blind Freddy could have seen that. Okay, RSI's been up above the 80s before, okay, on big runs up, and you can just see how quick it can go up and go up on the volumes as well when it does go up. I'm just going to quickly just go back to the chart and have a look at the weekly and see what the weekly chart is telling us. Basically, we'll get some of this rubbish out of the way. Weekly is a really nice big bullish engulfing candle. And hello, we have the 200 period moving average here, okay? Now, these guys are going to come up and they're going to go through this and they're going to golden cross this. So we've got a golden cross on a weekly chart. Now, that to me would be a very strong indicator that this stock is going to go somewhere and go fast and go very high with it as well, is what I tend to be thinking. As you can see here on the weekly too, this yellow line is the 30 period. It has come back down to support it on the weekly. Okay, let's just have a look at the weekly indicators and see what they can tell us. Let's get some rubbish out of the way. Yeah, well, that's a big buy signal there on your MACD. This is a buy on the SCOF, and it's also a buy on the DEMA. Okay, so yeah, even when it threw this buy here, even though it did level out, and what it's done on the weekly here, and I've spoken about this on charts before, that it's come back to the 54 on the DEMA, okay, and just turned off of it nicely. Sometimes they just sneak through it and then they turn back up and go. But this is when we'll get the second run, okay? We always get the second run off that, bounce off the DEMA there like so, okay? In the past, the DEMA on the weekly has been to 80, which is nice and high, and it's done it twice. So I'd expect it to do it again, okay? So looking at that, looking at those indicators there, I'd be tending to be thinking that, yeah, this is definitely going to be running back up into the 80s again. And for the DEMA to move that far, it's going to have quite a large increase in price, is what I tend to be thinking. So, yeah, weekly volumes are just starting to sneak up. You can see the accumulation in here for the last month. The stock has been accumulated. A couple of low volumes in before there, okay, and not much. And then all of a sudden, bang, bang, and they're starting to sneak up. I bet you this week's volume indicator on the weekly will be a lot bigger, is what I tend to be thinking. Yeah, Redstone looking very good here, for sure. So, yeah, that looks like a little beauty, okay. Yeah, that's just basically for me on RDS.